Good morning, folks. We've got news from way above our heads, an earthquake beneath our feet, the global climate report, and we're looking ahead to strong solar features incoming soon. But first, let's take a peek at that eruption we saw yesterday. We saw that it was a double eruption just behind the limb, and here is what stereo A saw. Large plasma filament wrapped around a sunspot is gone a few frames later and must have ejected to produce that solar tsunami and the CMEs. The full SOHO images are now updated, and you can see both blasts heading out to the left, both bursts easily visible there. When we come back and look at the CME tracking on the Enlil spiral, we will tilt the repeat views to take Earth's perspective and see the CMEs going left, just like we saw on satellite. But let's look at the differential coronagraph images. Look right this time. We have yet another example of a CME with much broader expanse than is shown on the tracking charts. Like the coronagraphs weren't even referenced before they made the model. Luckily, even the stuff heading right will miss Earth. Let's quickly come to space weather news and find the last day on our star in 193 angstroms, large loops growing at the limb where the eruptive region is incoming. We've got thin plasma filaments in eruption threat position today, and we've also got the dark coronal holes. Solar wind is calm right now, but we expect intensified streams from those holes in the coming days, and while we wait, you all know that we're in an earthquake watch. It began yesterday with a 6-pointer in Tonga that actually read as high as 6.4 and 6.7 on some readers. Coming now to the articles, and starting with the global climate report, we're going to be watching blue disappear from the real data charts when we look at the image that will be sent around to the internet and the media outlets. We do this every month, so let's once again play Disappearing Blue. The sequences you see here are meant to show how many below average temperatures are marked versus how much is actually reported to the mainstream world. What you can see with your eyes is what there is to see. Up next, we've got a link to an explanation of the ICON mission. It will fly slightly higher than the ISS and be dedicated to studying the interactions between lightning and the ionosphere and between space weather activities and the ionosphere. They seek to spend a bit of focus on air glow as well, both the purple UV way up high and the red and green below it. The mission launches in December of this year. Up next, we're going to Mars and zooming in on Phobos, one of Mars' moons. It has no magnetic shield and no atmosphere, so the solar wind electrons and protons and other ions smash into the moon consistently as it orbits. They are determining that the static buildup in ion densities on the night side and inside craters could be detrimental to sensitive instruments and to the rovers themselves. Video and article linked below. Amidst these ending sequences, you'll see a number of ways to get involved and help the cause, and we greatly appreciate your support. We've got a lot of storms to see on the wind maps coming up here, a storm run on Null School, and shots of our star to close. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, but right now it's 5:15 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.